Hey guys, welcome back. Again, my name is Tony Albert. I work for my company, Albert's Window Cleaning, and got a little journey going on trying to build this business. But in the meantime, I'm also training people on windowcleaningscience.com. So if you want to head over there and check it out, you can view a lot of my instructional videos. I don't know what part of the process you jumped in on, but hopefully I'll have enough videos there to keep you interested. Right now I've only got a couple, so we're working on it. But right now we're going to be talking about window cleaning squeegees, and I'm going to be telling you a little bit about the squeegees. So got 3 squeegees that I pulled out. These are the ones that I use. There's many more squeegees out there, but this is my setup, and I'm going to show you that right now. You won't be seeing my face, you'll be seeing the squeegees. So we have 3 squeegees here, each with the same handle. These are the younger handles, but so the main parts of a squeegee, first of all, let's just say I use 3 squeegees in my personal repertoire. Mainly, this is the most I use is the 18-inch, 18 inches of channel. We call it the 18-inch, and I use this quite a bit. This is my smaller one. This is a framer, I call it. Some other people may call it different. Usually runs between 4 and 6 inches. I use this a ton. Well, first of all, you have to use it on small windows, but I use this probably over 50% of the time on frames. If I'm in a commercial application and you got the 2-inch or 3-inch frames, I usually squeegee the water off with this. It works awesome, and then you don't get a lot of that. You don't get a lot of rags wasted and everything else. But anyways, this is a squeegee video, so I'm going to try to stay on point. So there's some components to a squeegee. We have the handle, of course. Handle could be stationary like this one, and they both swivel, so they both have the unlocking. Press this button here and it unlocks. This will loosen it up to where it goes better side to side. These are excellent when you're like pulling, or if you need to get a different angle. You just kind of put it over so you can reach over and clean windows from the side. Because if it was stationary and you're trying to get that corner, you got to bring this pole or your hand way over just to get it on a straight level if you're not snaking. But it comes in handy. Also, and I'll put this back on here, the slides, so I can get an extra reach. If I'm reaching to the top of a window or what have you, or down further, and my arm will only go so far, this will give you a little bit of extra reach. Now this one is the stationary one, and this handle here, this is, by the way, is the Unger. It has a little press here. You press it and it opens it up, and then you can put your squeegee in there. It holds it pretty decent. Sometimes it doesn't hold it great, but good enough for me. I did see somebody use a Sorbo. I might try that and see how that works, but I've been using these for years and I just haven't changed. Doesn't mean I don't want to or I'm not willing to. I just know what I know. So this is the handle. Now we're going to go into the channel. This is a brass channel that I use. It comes in stainless steel. Also, it has this right here is called the Liquidators. A gentleman made this, and I think it's some kind of composite, real light metal, which I really like. I'll get back to this squeegee in a minute. But the brass channel, I actually bend my tips in. I don't know if you could see that. I've heard dog ears or rabbit ears, or I'm not sure what they actually call it. I saw a window cleaner out one day, and he showed me this little trick, and I started using it and got aggravated because you got to bend it just right to get it to work just right. but fantastic. And what that does, when you bend that tip in, you want to bend it barely to where it touches that rubber. Not even touch it, really. You want to go right up to where before it touches. That way when you put pressure on it, it keeps that rubber stiff. And what that does is keep it on the glass. Because if you have near a window edge, they got a rubber gasket, or the edge, this rubber, if it's real flimsy, it rides up onto that edge, and then part of that rubber is not touching the glass, so you'll get water on the edge. And oftentimes I heard somebody call it rundowns. I really don't know what the correct terminology is. This is what the terminology that I'm using. But you get these water collects on the edge, and the further it goes down, the more water it is, and then it starts running off, and you get these streaks coming off the window, probably quarter to all the way down to the bottom of the window. But so that's what I do with those. It's very hard. Maybe I'll do a video one day on how to do it properly, or what to look for when your squeegee's not working properly, because you'll drop it and it'll get bent more. Okay, so that's one part of it. The brass channel is what I'm using here. This looks like this is kind of stuck in there. Yeah. Okay, rubber, of course. This isn't a Tory, by the way. This isn't a Tory brass handle or brass channel. I've probably been using this for over a year. Sometimes I don't get that long out of it, but if you look at the very end, and I don't know if you can see this, see how round it is? Well, that is made for this rubber. You can see the end. It's round there at the end. And that fits right in there. Now, what a lot of guys do, especially the rookies, this clip, it's a brass clip that I use. I know they have other things that you can use to keep them in there. They have these little plastic things that hold in there. I don't like the, I do like these brass clips, but you got to work them just right. This one's actually starting to get that V look. Okay, so when you put this rubber in, they have to be 1/8 of an inch off the end of these squeegees. You can see that. When you put these in, you have to get this clip into the channel. As you see, it doesn't push in there. You got to push in to get this in there like that. You'll see guys pushing at the very bottom here. And what that does is makes this really soft brass clip a V shape. And it's not what is on there. It'll fit in there, but you don't want it to be a V. You want it to be as round as possible. So when you squeeze these clips, you're squeezing towards the top up here in this end and pushing in. You don't want to squeeze at the bottom because you'll make a V. And what happens when you make a V, and I really don't want to do this because I don't have many clips left, but when you make a V, it's going to have a gap at the bottom. And then what that does is pushes this end up. And then this is higher than the rest of the squeegee. That leaves, it's not on the glass properly, and you'll get a lot of problems doing that. Either drag by trying to do your snake, or it's lifting up off the glass too much where it's leaving a streak at the end right in here. You don't want to do that. So just remember that with these clips. So basically what we have is the handle, the brass channel, the rubbers, and these clips. That is all there is to it, to a squeegee. And I'll go into each one of these a little more in detail, not so much the handle, but we have another video on rubbers and what you can do with these rubbers. They're kind of expensive. Also the clips, I don't have to do another video on those, I don't believe, but if you want one, I can do one on that. But so that's what a 18-inch squeegee is all about. Now I told you, let me sit down here a little bit better. I told you a little bit about the bent in. Well, this company here this is the Liquidator. Now, Mormon. They actually made these plastic ends to act kind of like these dog ears. The only problem I'm having with this, and I love this thing, I use it constantly, but I can only use it on a one stroke. It doesn't work for me doing the snaking or the S or whatever you guys want to call it. I tend to find that they push too hard in the ends and it drags too much. I just like mine free flowing and no resistance at all. That's the only thing that I'm having problems with. It's such a soft plastic. It's soft enough, or if it's not made just right, you're not getting the correct pressure on it or anything. So that's my only downside with this, and maybe I'm doing it wrong. Maybe you guys can tell me what I'm doing wrong, but that is one thing I don't like about it. But I use it when I'm pulling and I'm going straight down, and it's excellent because it does take the water off the edges. It has enough pressure to do that. So I'll show you one other quick handle that I have here. When you're buying squeegees, if you notice, they have different angles. This one here has a much larger angle, and I'm not sure the technical angle or the exact angle of these. This I use a lot on the glass. You can hold it kind of far out and squeegee. And this one you have to hold a lot closer to the glass. But when you're doing work that you're in close to the glass and you want to get it down, and if it's a window above a door or something like that and has a ledge, you can bring this down and pull it down a lot easier than this because you have to be further out from the window. So this is kind of nice. It's got a nice little clip at the end here. I can just put that, it puts in there pretty quick. I can change to this one here, so it works pretty good. This also comes with a brush, so you got a brush side and a squeegee side. So when you're brushing, you can switch it and clean it from the side. But I use this, I take it off and use it, and then when I need to use the brush, I just slide this in. So anyways, that's my squeegee tutorial. Thanks for joining me, and hey, come back, see me. You know what I mean? Bye.